Hey guys, welcome back to support my channel on my hair transplant journey. Apologies for the last couple of months, I've not been on as much. Reason being, I've been growing my fucking hair and I'm so happy with how it's turned out. Work's been busy as well, don't get me wrong, like work, lockdown, etc. And I've just not had the time really to sit down and properly go through it all. But yeah, this is month 8, I believe now. So it's been 3 months. I said I'll do it every month. And apologies for people like wrote comments and stuff. But what I'm going to do with this video is I'm literally going to go through every question I've been asked in the last couple of videos. So probably about 10 minutes. If you can't be arsed with that, skip to the end. And I'll go, because at the end I'm going to be putting some pictures from some of the questions that I've got on the video. But yeah, so I'm month 8 now. So, no, sorry, end of month 9. So I've got 3 months to go. They say it takes a year to grow through, but look at the nick of this. So, month 9, it takes 12 months to grow through, and it's just unbelievable. I'm so happy, like, how it looks. I've always wanted a kind of quiff, and I'm not quite there yet. I'll eventually get it through. The weirdest thing for me is a lot of you probably watching it won't have the same kind of hair colour as me. So I went grey at 19, round about here, and I'm 32 now. So over the course of the last 10 years, I've gone grey all over. Now, what's quite weird is where they've took the hair transplant from like around the sides and the back, and they put the hair in the front, it's grown back in brown. So when I'm standing from this distance, right, it's pretty noticeable that like my new fringe is a lot darker than the sides and the top. So it is what it is. I don't care. I think it's quite nice, but it's strange to me how that's happened, and I think it's a what's the word they call it, a hormone thing, or whatever they call it. How they take the hair through, because I think it was eventually that's how it started in the first place. But I'm so buzzing with it. It's now fully in. This side in particular is a bit thinner, I think, compared to this side. It's more noticeable, I think, when I'm styling it or when I'm doing stuff in the mirror. But it's full, it's a thatch. If you look back to my previous videos, it's night and day, man, as far as I'm concerned. But we'll get straight into it. What I'll do is, sorry, I'm having a lag, it's a Sunday. But can I show you a proper tour of how it looks right now? So this is the front, and as we go around to the side, that's how it looks from there. And that's that side. Sorry about the mess in my office. That's the top. And that's the back. So it's a unique hair colour, but $1.5 grand. Turkey, LONGEVITA. Money well spent, in my opinion. Right, so let's go straight into it. So obviously my phone's kind of propped up against my laptop here, and I'm just going to go straight through some of the kind of comments, special questions. I've not had an email yet from anyone, I don't think. Unless it's in my spam, I've not really checked it. However, if you do have any questions on the video, I'm going to put my email address down here. Please feel free to email me. I'll come back to you with tons of questions or any queries that you think you might have. But a lot of people might be nervous of the procedure, but why would you be? So basically, let's go through. Right here, people approaching number 7, number 8, inspiration. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to read as I go through. Here's here. So James Telford put on, he's just booked to get his hairline straightened. Only thing he's worried about is if they take bloods or anything, because he's got a huge phobia of needles. So I think I replied to James under it, if you've got a phobia of needles, then man, get rid of that phobia, because one of the first things they do is they have to inject your head to numb it. You're not getting this procedure done without it being numb. So if you have a phobia of needles, think about it, because the needles are, as I've said in my previous videos, are the sorest thing you can get. Needles are about that long, and they stick them right over the top and the sides because they have to numb your whole head. So if you've got a phobia of needles, consider maybe not getting a hair transplant. But is your phobia worth how you're feeling if you're bald, or the mental side of things, or aesthetically weigh it up? But if you're scared of needles, you're gonna struggle for that. Thomas is put on, would you recommend them? Is it safe to do, and is there something you're dissatisfied with? Of course I'd recommend it. Look at Nick it. and I felt it was safe when I was there. And like I say, the only thing I was slightly dissatisfied with was the initial communication at the start once I paid my deposit. However, on reflection, when I'm thinking back to, like, if you book a holiday, for example, with Thomas Cook, you don't really hear from them until closer to your holiday time. So it's maybe if you book a trip to a hotel, for example, through like booking.com, you might book your hotel a year in advance. That hotel's not going to be emailing and texting you asking how things are going until like closer to the time when it's ready to go. So I think LONGEVITA's probably the same, as maybe because I was a bit more apprehensive about it's a cosmetic procedure, and that was maybe the only slight thing I was dissatisfied. But on reflection back over it, it's minute. Another guy, a KK Brunel, was like, can you please tell if you're able to carry shampoos and lotions in your hand luggage? Well, yeah, it's hand luggage. So over there, they sold me some shampoo and moisturiser, which I took, and it was below the hand luggage capacity, so I could take it home. If you want anything bigger, then obviously you need to just book your luggage in. But that's just standard flight stuff, you know. Another guy, Mohammed, did I get the FUE or the DHI? I went for the FUE treatment, is what I got. Banky Laws put down that he's going on Monday and he's bricking it. So, Banky, if you're watching this, pop me a message. I want to know how you're getting on, mate. Month three's probably a good one. Things are probably starting to fall up by then, and you're now maybe starting to get a bit more growth back. So, show me the pictures, man. I want to see how it looks done. Scott Mullins put on saying he's coming from Glasgow soon, so that's where I came from. What made you pick LONGEVITA over others? And did you go for the needle-free anaesthetic? LONGEVITA I went for because I know 2 people that had transplants through them, and theirs turned out really well, and that was enough for me. You can read a lot online about reviews of how it looks, but I wanted to physically see it, and I seen them, and theirs was good. Yeah, they were cheaper, but it's worked. And no, I didn't go for the needle-free anaesthetic. I went for the needle. I don't actually know what the needle-free anaesthetic is, if it works, but fuck that. Raha is put down, I love your hair. Thanks very much, my man. How many grafts did I get? I got 3,000, so mine was just this kind of area there. So I just got 3,000 front. Some people get it here and right over the back, but they decided that my back bit wasn't enough to, like, be done. Maybe in the future, because I'm taking finasteride, biotin and zinc tablets, I might not lose here in the top. So 3,000 is all I got. It's really up to the surgeon as well. I don't think you can tell them, like, I couldn't say give me 4,000, because she'll be like, nah, they're the professionals, so go with them. Manij, how painful was the injection out of 1 to 10? It was a 10. It was fucking agony. Like, they don't prepare you for it, and I'm now going to prepare you guys for it. It's agony. So when you're sitting there, you're about to get it done, be prepared to. It's sore. Like, it's the sorest thing I've ever had done to me. Easy. It's about 8 or 9 needles in the head, but you can feel like your scalp and your skull separating while they're injecting it. That's obviously to make sure you're. But having this here now, is it worth it? Absolutely. So pain's temporary. Do you know what I mean? But don't think it's a walk in the park. Maybe it's just my pain threshold. Maybe I'm just not as hard as I think I am. So, Ali, are people who get this procedure able to still get a skin fade? Well, look, I've just got a haircut about a week ago. So you tell me. I get a skin fade. I've had it, and this is a couple of weeks growth in. I get a skin fade through into it. So yeah, I think it depends on the hair you've got on the side of your head. Your surgeon will probably let you know, but yeah, get whatever haircut you want. Obviously, you need to stick to procedures I've done in previous videos. You need to let things grow. You gotta suffer sock loss. You need to manage it. But after 6 months, I got my skin fade, and I was in the barber's 2 weeks ago when I got this done. And the other barber, my barber knows I got one because he's receding, and he was like, "Ah, mate, I want to see what it does before he goes and gets his." But the barber next to him was like, "There's no way you've had a hair transplant." I was like, "I have," and he was coming over and pure pulling at it and having a look. But yeah, you can totally get a skin fade. It doesn't mean because you've had a hair transplant you can't get it done. Sackerton's Finance, did you go alone? How many nights did you stay? And did you feel safe? Yes, I went alone. I went during the pandemic, so obviously travelled myself. Stayed there for 2 nights. Went over the Thursday night stayed. Procedures on the Friday. Stayed Friday night and then travelled home the Saturday. Did I feel safe? Yeah. feel safe wherever I go, to be honest. It wasn't like I was in a war zone or anything like that, do you know what I mean? It's Istanbul. But big, it's huge city, it's massive, don't get me wrong. But safety is something I think that you feel in there, depending where you are. But yeah, felt safe the whole time. Ans has said that he suffered shock loss at all, mate. Yes, I did. I suffered it after 2 months, so I lost a lot around here. You'll see my previous videos, and it's just massively grown back. I read and they told me that you could get shock loss again month 6, month 7, but I've not had it. Mine's just kind of grown strength to strength. So Nash has put on, thanks for posting. I've seen your clip, honest and sincere. Thanks very much. Are you doing everything to retain you here? I'd like to suggest one thing. For an hour a day, lay in bed with your head hanging off the bed. Start with a minute and build up to an hour. This will help develop nerves and blood flow. Wishing you well. Cheers, Nash. To be honest, mate, I've not done that. What I've got is a wee roller. So once a week I put a wee needle roller. I'll go grab it at the end of this video and show you. And I've rubbed that over it. I emailed LONGEVITA to say, can I use the hair roller? And they said it after 3 months, not a problem. So that's what I did. I put a wee needle. In fact, I'll go show you just now. While we're on the topic, makes sense, doesn't it? Sorry, I'm not kind of prepared for these type of videos. I just kind of do them off the whim. But so this is what my wee roller looks like. I don't know if you can see it up close. So it's got tiny wee dots on it, and I just roll this once a week over the top of the area. It's supposed to stimulate like blood to the hairline and help things grow. But obviously you wouldn't do that after like a month of the procedure. That'd be insanity. But yeah, so I kind of just do that over on the top of it, maybe once a week. And yeah, that's what I do. Daniel Bell, did a man or a lady do your procedure? Well, Daniel, both did, mate. It was a gentleman that took the hair out the side. So when I got injected, I lay in the bed, and it was a guy surgeon, but he had a female assistant. They took out the hair follicles. I then had my dinner, and then when I went back in to get it done, it was the same surgeon that drew on my hairline, and she was a female that put it in. So it's, I don't care who does it, do you know what I mean, as long as you're qualified. It could be man, woman, non-binary, whatever you want. I really don't care, as long as I got the hairline I wanted from. Who was the surgeon, mate? Was it an Ian Kennedy? No idea. Couldn't tell you. They don't speak much English over there, and even if I did know their name, it wouldn't matter. It could be, I mean, they could have told me they were Ed Sheeran. It still doesn't even matter. And Cali time, this is month 5, not month 4. So sorry, mate. So that was one of the ones I've gone through. I'll try and do the second one. Cautious, I don't want this video to run over, but I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can, because maybe you have a question that I might cover in this. So it might stop you emailing. Mike Adams, I've used LONGEVITA. My mate did, probably £2 transferring. Cheers, mate. And City apartment videos, I've just had my procedure done, LONGEVITA. Your description was exactly how I felt things went. Give me an update, my man. I want to see how you're doing. Great video, Andrew. I'm back. I'm in day 7 and feeling fine. That's a Chris Noble. Chris, comment below or send me an email. I want to see what your results are as well. Thanks for these videos. Just had my op from the 8th of Jan. It's a Declan. Declan again. That was 3 months ago. So you're probably, again, good 4 months in now maybe. You might be in the shock loss phase and panicking. So let me see how you're doing, because I can compare it to what mine was like, and we'll go from there. Let's see what else we've got. Jays, hey mate, would you say it'd be better to have the hair transplant completed in the autumn or winter month? I'm thinking that if I was to book the treatment on summer months, I would miss the first few months of summer. I'm aware that you can't not use the gym, play football after the first months. Jays, I play football, decent enough level. Love the gym and stuff as well, but because of lockdown, everything was cancelled, so I just picked a date. If it was me, my mate that got his done, he went and got his at the end of the season, so end of May he got his transplant. After 3 months, then he went back into pre-season in August. So if you're heavy into your football, heavy into your gym, then pick that around whatever your cycle of sport is. Again though, weigh up. What's more important to you? If you're playing like shit level football, or you can avoid the gym for a wee months, just go anytime that's suitable for you, your lifestyle, your work, your finances. It's 3 months, they'll fly in. We've all sat in for a year now during a pandemic, so I'm sure you can do another 3 months to get a good result of a hair transplant. You know what I mean? Someone's hard knock life. Do you need someone to travel with, or can do it alone? You can do it alone. I did it alone. When's the next video? The next video is today. Banky Law, when can you safely wear a hat without losing grafts? 1 month. But I didn't wear a hat really at all. Month 2, I think I wore it. I didn't want to risk anything at all from taking a graft out. I'm a plumber. It's my job to trade. So I didn't want to risk it. So I had this, I think week 2, I had it's a loose mesh thing that I put over, and I was just up dirt getting in it, but I didn't tie it tight. This was when I was in lofts and stuff for under floorboards, but I made sure that I didn't put anything tight in my head. Again, I wasn't embarrassed about my hair transplant. A lot of people are who want to try and hide it. So it was maybe month 2 when we went out for a few beers. I did wear a hat because it was at shot gloss phase, and I just looked and felt horrendous. But my hat on, you can hide it a lot to kind of build your confidence up. But if you don't need to wear a hat, don't. Give your hair the best chance it's possibly got. Because I've seen some videos that people maybe they've lost grafts here, so this bit's dead good, but it's dead thin, and it's because they've had a hat on or something. So if you want to give the hairline the best chance, don't wear a hat until at least after the first month, because after that the grafts have taken. Your hair will fall out as it does, but the grafts won't. So you can wear that if you want. Daniel Bell just came back from LONGEVITA. I was also on Finasteride for a year, but seen no difference. Mate, Finasteride is not something quick. I took it for 3-4 years, and I'm going to continue to take it, and it's something you take for the rest of your days. If it works, it works. What could happen now? I've been on Finasteride that long. If I stop taking it, say today, in the next 3 months, all this might fall out, you know. And I don't want to take that risk. I've had the front done. I've got no side effects of the Finasteride, so I'm going to keep doing it. How aren't you supposed to lift weights? 3 months is the usual question. I think, guys, that's me going back to pretty much my day 1 to 18, which is pretty much covered. One of the questions I actually got asked by mates and stuff quite a lot of time is, how does it look in the morning? How does it feel like real hair? Now, this is probably the most important bit of the video. If you've not really enjoyed all the questions I've answered, this bit is important. So obviously they're taking hair from the sides, right? Now I'm styling it in a certain way, but it's puby is probably the word I would look to describe it. Stringy even. So see, when I wake up in the morning, it is it's like that, right? And the reason it's like that is you're taking hair from the side of your head, which is predominantly spiky. When it's on your fringe in the morning, it's like this. Your fringe hair has always been fine. The top of your hair it's fine, it's loose. So people go, oh, it's unnatural. But of course it's unnatural. You're taking hair from a bit of your body that isn't supposed to be here and putting it there. So what you have to do is you just have to hair dry it, use a bit of serum, gel, straighteners if you use that. I don't need to. And you just style it whatever you want. But when you wake up in the morning, it isn't going to look like what your hair was eventually. But I tell you what, I would rather have hair like this in this way than no hair at all. So obviously it's going to look a bit all over the shop. It's done in Turkey. I suppose if you spent $9,000 in the UK, they might try and take thinner looking hairs under a microscope, but over there they're just bang, bang, bang. Out it comes, plop it in, and there's your results. Some people I've heard on some of the comments, which I ignored just there, that it didn't work for them, but that's a risk you take. There's no success, 100% success for a hair transplant. Your body has to adapt to what's happened, and it has to accept it. It might work, it might not. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not getting a boob job, you know what I mean? They're not putting boobs in there. It's not. Your hair's different. They're not taking fake hair. They're taking your own hair, and then your body has a chance to accept or reject it. Mine, touch wood, up to now has accepted it. This is month 9, so if I've still got 3 months left to grow, then if this is how it is, I'm happy, mate. I couldn't be more happier. I hope you can all see the difference from my videos from the first to now. There's a wee link on it if anyone's thinking of getting one done, I think there's a discount if you click on my link for you guys. I don't get anything off it because I've had mine done, but I think you just get some money off it and stuff. But yeah, take the plunge, man. The biggest thing I regret is I didn't get it done sooner. I wanted this done maybe 3-4 years ago, and I was hesitant, and I wish I hadn't, because 6 months out of your life just to let it grow doesn't affect you as a person, but then after that you're sweet. So if you've got something, especially after lockdown, you might have weddings and all that planned for next year, or events, stag do's, work, get it done. Because if you get it done now, or if you get it done like in the next 3 or 4 months, by January next year, you're gonna have like a ponytail or a top knot or whatever fucking style you want. So go for it. But yeah, any questions, put below. Click the link if you want money off your own transplant. Email me if you want my emails on it. And what we know, April, May, June. I'll come back at the start of July. I'll do another video then, because that'll be 1 month before the end, and then I'll do a finishing one after a whole year. But I'll do one in July. I'll give it another 6 weeks yet. But yeah, cheers for watching, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, guys.